this is from Cardinal Henry Edward Manning, a cardinal of the Roman Catholic Church. He explains what happened when the empire fell apart. He says, the pontiffs found themselves alone, the sole fountains of order, peace, law, and safety. And from the hour of this providential liberation, when by divine intervention, at least he believes so, when by divine interventions, the chains fell off from the hands of the successor of Peter. What happened when the successor of Peter, as he calls him, took over the reins of the civil government? What happened? The chains what? Fell off. So he says, when by divine intervention the chains fell off from the hands of the successor of St. Peter, as once before from his own, no sovereign has ever reigned in Rome except the vicar of Jesus Christ. He further states this: the papacy waited until such a time as God should break its bonds asunder. So the papacy, while Rome was in place and governing, was what? Restrained. Because he says it waited until such a time as God should break its bonds asunder and should liberate it, listen to this, and should liberate it from subjection to civil powers. So what is the liberation of the papacy? The falling off of the chains. It means that now the papacy can govern not only in religious affairs, but also in what? In civil affairs. And so he says, the papacy waited until such a time as God should break its bonds asunder and should liberate it from subjection to civil powers and enthrone it in the possession of a temporal sovereignty, that's a political power, of its own. By the way, this is what the Apostle Paul was talking about in 2 Thessalonians 2 verses 6 and 7. Have you ever read about the mysterious restrainer that needed to be removed for the man of sin in order for the man of sin to manifest himself? Notice 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verses 6 and 7. The Apostle Paul says, and now you know what is restraining the man of sin. See, he was restrained. By the way, that restrainer, all of the early church fathers say that the restrainer is the Roman Empire. So it says, and now you know what is restraining, that he may be revealed in his own time. For the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. Only he who now restrains, which is the emperor, by the way, will do so until he is what? Until he is taken out of the way. So what is it that liberated the papacy so that it could use the sword of civil power? It was the fact that the barbarian invasions threw the Roman Empire into upheaval and chaos. And so those nations said to the Bishop of Rome, you need to bring law and order, govern upon us not only in religious affairs, but also in civil affairs. I want to read you some statements from some theologians on the style of government that existed during the Middle Ages.